Yeah, I got the host access. I'm sharing my screen. And today is the last demo. And Monday onwards, we will be go back to our older link and we'll stay there on the older link for coming 45 days. Today is the last demo. So as part of these demos, in our last session, we have discussed about the CI/CD pipeline, right? And then we discussed about the Jenkins. Why Jenkins? Jenkins architecture is now we're gonna discuss. Of course, we have seen the Jenkins architecture with a diagram as well, isn't it? So let me open the Jenkins diagram, master slave architecture diagram. So this master slave architecture diagram we have discussed. As per our discussion, master will be the controller where we will install the Jenkins software, and master have all the tasks to be defined, and master can be connect with the n of workers where workers will only do the execution of the tasks that were given by the master. So let the diagram open. Once it open, I can showcase it. And the same diagram, meaning the same architecture, we are now going to install. Step-by-step approach, let us follow. And tomorrow is no class, right? Tomorrow is Sunday. I'm expecting all of you to come by the Monday with the all the installations that we're gonna do today. Okay, so let it open the diagram. Just I will quickly recall. Oh no, this is not the new diagram. So let me open an existing diagram. And Jenkins, I think I have saved it in the our DevOps with AWS, and then diagrams I have created one folder, I believe. Let me go back to demos, DevOps. Just let me open. So this is the CI/CD final view. Let me quickly open the diagram, CI/CD final view plus, yeah. Okay, so this is our why we need to go for the Jenkins architecture we discussed, right? So if there is a server container called build server, if there will be a manual approach, then it is taking time taking. So that is the reason we'll replace that manual approach with the Jenkins build server. So if you can see the Jenkins build server architecture, there will be a master which will listens to all the commands that we will supply through the Git. And this master will have the Jenkins GUI or Jenkins UI, where in that Jenkins UI, we will define the build jobs. And there will be one or more slaver nodes or worker nodes to the Jenkins master, where these workers will connect to the Jenkins master by running an agent on the each and every worker. It will generate the access token, and using this access token, these workers will connect to this master machines. And it is a TCP/IP communication, not SSH. TCP/IP communication, meaning using HTTP protocol, these workers will register with this master. Of course, we will see it now. And what even we discussed, Jenkins software only be installed on the master, not on any workers. And as the Jenkins GUI is having a lot of plugins in it, feature rich. Jenkins is said to be a feature rich tool which contains all the plugins inside it. So by default, it is itself is heavyweight. So to avoid the execution of the job, for example, building the application, dockerizing the application, deploying the application. So these jobs itself execution, we are taking off from this master machine and then switching to the worker machines. If the Jenkins is the Linux machine, Worker may be a Linux, worker may be any other machine, worker may be a Windows machine as well. No need to be have the workers are as and the same operating system of the master. No. In fact, we will see one use case by taking the worker 3 as a Windows machine, and let us install some web server here in its IIS, and let us deploy our application in this IIS server. Small Nginx application, let us install our static website is there now. That website, let us install in the IIS web server. That use case we will see. Okay, fine. So let us go and then now implement this architecture. Very, very important architecture. Please, folks, please follow me. In interview, if the interviewer asks you the question, hey, can you please tell me the mission configurations that you have followed for setting up the Jenkins architecture or Jenkins master mission? If you practice, then you will give. For example, if we go and then see the Jenkins. Thank you. Maybe it mistakenly open. So fine. So let us go and then see the yeah. So let us go and then see the matrix of infra matrix. Let us see. So let's go and then see the official documentation of the Jenkins. Let us open the official documentation of the Jenkins, and we will see what it is saying there. Okay, so let it open. Let us see the official documentation of the Jenkins, and let's see the official support matrix from the Jenkins website. Very, very important. You will caught here if you don't have a proper experience. If you didn't work on here, you will be caught here. Jenkins support matrix. So I'm just typing the Jenkins support matrix. Right. So go to the Jenkins .io. It will display. It will say us about the support matrix. Okay. So how to set up the Jenkins? So we required the Java 8 or Java 11 required for running the Jenkins setup from Java 8 or Java 11. So Java 11 is important for us. Java 11 is suggestible basically, and mission configurations also they will give us. For example, let's go to the documentation installing the Jenkins. Now installing the Jenkins, what we want. So initially we are not installing it as a Docker. We are not installing it as a Kubernetes. Let us install it as a Linux. On Linux machine, let us install. What is the prerequisite? Series. Jenkins installers are available for several Linux distributions, Ubuntu or Debian, Fedora, Red Hat or CentOS. We know about these distros, right? In our Linux, we have discussed about these distributions, right? Linus Torvalds is the guy who retained the kernel, and using that kernel, many big giant organizations have written their own Linux operating system, and then they were called it as the distros or the distributions. So the Jenkins installer is available for these distributions. Of course, throughout our implementation, we will use the Ubuntu as our distro. And prerequisite for installing the Jenkins is 256 MB of RAM. You will say like that only. But in reality, if you deploy one Java application of size, I will tell you, go to applications, these applications, go to jar file, see the size of it. Almost 53 MB, but once it extracted, how its size will come. So let us go and then extract. Oh my bad. Sorry, let me go and then extract. Right click on it and then zip extract. Yeah, let me extract it. So once after extract it, how much time it will come? Let us see. So just properties, series 61.2 MB. 61.2 MB it is taking. Assume if we have such applications 3 or 4, then 600 MB will be gone for that. So 600 MB will be gone for the only deploying the just 5 or 6 applications. right? So 256 MB of RAM is definitely not sufficient for us to deploy the complex applications. If you deploy the hello world application, bye application, this is good enough. 256 MB of RAM is good enough. Hello, bye Tata, this is good enough. But real-time applications, in order to deploy, right, it will be not sufficient. So what is the recommended then? 4 GB of the RAM plus 50 GB of the hard disk. This is the recommended configuration. This is for a small team. Even if it is a bigger team, then we have to take 16 GB of the RAM, and then hard disk will be more than 500 GB, or if it is 1 TB 2 TB also good actually. However, so let us go with the minimum requirements, because our team is very small team. So let us take the 4 GB RAM and then 2 minimum CPU core. Of course, our hard disk is, let us see how much hard disk, 50 GB, meaning 100 GB, I think it will come, but let us see what is our hard disk. Okay, so this is the minimum prerequisite to set up the Jenkins. Fine, then how to set up the Jenkins? So step-by-step documentation I have given. So we have to just to follow this step-by-step documentation, very, very step-by-step. And we are not using our local environment. Everything we are setting it up on our cloud only, AWS cloud. So by this time, you all guys might have know how to take the missions, how to create the EC2 missions, isn't it? We already have done this in our Linux sessions, and we already have practiced many times as well. Perfect. Now let us go and then set up. So first, what we will set up, Jenkins Master, let us set up. Let us take Ubuntu machine, 4 GB RAM and 2 minimum CPU core. For this, $0.0496 per hour will be chargeable, meaning 800 to at most 600 to 800 rupees you have to bear per month. That is for sure, you have to bear it. Okay, that's the reason. To have the minimum cost like 600, you have to stop the machines once you're done with your work. So per hour, this is per hour. For example, if you can, this is per hour. Hardly you will work how many? Let me open the calc. For example, assume 1 machine, 3 machines you are using. Okay, so this is 3 machines cost per hour. How many hours you will use per day? Assume 4 hours you will use per day. How much? 0.95952. How many days you will use? 30 days, assume, for a while. So $17.856 into 70 rupees or 75, whatever it is. 1249 rupees per month. If you use every day 4 hours, but every day 4 hours will you work? No, just 1 hour, 2 hours you will practice and then shut down your machine. So per month, your cost will be around 600 to 800 rupees. You have to bear it. Okay, now let us go and then set it up. Of course, we can take the not only AWS machines, we can take Azure VMs as well, and the GCP provided virtual machines as well. We can take not only AWS, but we are going with the AWS because our course is DevOps with AWS on Linux. That is our course title, isn't it? So let us have to go with we'll go with the AWS only. Our targeted cloud platform, production cloud, is the AWS only. So we are now starting our development environment. Okay, so please be ready. Please follow me and then practice well. I'm sure you will get an administrator knowledge on this Jenkins. Okay, it's good time to go. Now let us start our mission. So I'm going here now. Am I audible now? I think were you lost me? Am I audible? My voice is breaking. Okay, just let me know if it is again breaking. Am I audible? Yeah, just let me know if it is breaking in the middle. Okay, so fine. Now let me log into AWS Management Console. Let me log into AWS Management Console. Still breaking. Audible but cracking. Oh my God. What is causing this? Just a moment. Just a moment. Looks my internet is good actually. Okay, however, just let me know if my voice is still freaking. So click on, type the Amazon Management Console. Yeah, type the Amazon Management Console and then click on this Amazon Management Console. You know already how you have to create the account in AWS, and you already have created, and then you already have created the missions also. So I'm assuming that experience you have, because when you attended my Linux sessions, we already have worked on the Linux using these AWS instances only. Whoever don't know, don't worry, I will provide the handout for them. So I'm just now logging to my account. Yes, I'm now logging to my account, and very initial step once after login is what we have to do. We have to see the billing. Is the billing is going like anything, or billing is in our control, or we shut down anything, or any continuous service is running. So these are all the things first we need to analysis by going to the billing section. Yes, let me now immediately go to the billing section and see the billing. Okay, so yes, let me go immediately to the billing section. Billing, of course, my billing will be different. Don't panic by looking into my billing, because my missions are continuously running for various batches. I'm telling these classes, right? So missions will be continuously run. Don't panic by seeing my billing. Your billing definitely won't come to this level. Okay, so let me open this billing. It is opening.
Sir, we have Azure subscription, so that is it is possible to, can I do the same thing in Azure also?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Why I'm not going with it? It is 14 days free subscription, right? So you can go ahead with that. Okay, so this is the billing of my, of course, my payment might be pending. I have to do that. I'll do. So my billing reaches 5,000 INR for this month. So by looking into it, what is causing the charge for me is this EKS is I have set up, but I shut down it. And then next is the missions. So these missions are causing a lot of to me. Of course, Elastic Cloud NAT gateway given me a lot of charge actually. But NAT gateway you never use, so definitely you will be safe from here. So seems to be still some EC2 machines are running when I'm opening and then running, right? So here EBS is charging like anything for me. I have to close this one. I have not closed. I have to close it because in the Asian Pacific region, one store is provisioned. Okay, you don't need to worry about all these things at this moment. I am sure your billing won't be around $8, $10, not more than that. Your billing, but careful. Okay, now let us go and then type the EC2 instances. Let us go to the EC2 Management Console. In a moment of time, let's go and then create the missions for us. First, let us do a Jenkins master setup. So let's first create the master mission. So already in Mumbai region, I have taken the many missions, so that I will now shift to North Virginia region. But you guys can stay on the Mumbai region if you are closer to the Mumbai region, and whoever closer to various other regions, please go to those regions only. However, now let me choose this Mumbai region, go to this US East in Virginia. If you are close to any of these regions, you can feel free to choose your closest regions. Okay, seems this Mozilla browser is very slow. Let me even try to go and then take it in the Chrome as well. Right. Now see any instances are running for me. This is showing. Looks to be this browser is very slow. Let me go and then access the same using this Chrome. Right. So let me access it using the Chrome. Okay, so it will ask me to log in if I was not logged in yet. Yes, let me log in my Chrome browser. Chrome browser is a little faster compared to that Mozilla. So let me take this Chrome browser and submit and then log in. Yes, I'm now logging. Right, so let it go on. Let it go on. Yep, see, I was logged into the Virginia region. Okay, now in this Virginia region, I will create the missions. So were there any missions for me in this Virginia region? Of course, Linux missions were there. 3 missions I have taken for the Linux purpose. That's okay. But let us go and then create the now Jenkins master mission quickly. Okay, so these are the missions we have. That's okay. Forget about these. These are very smaller missions and free missions. All these are free missions only, T2.micro. But now we're going to create the production grade machine, and our development environment is now real environment is now starting. Now I'm clicking on this launch instances. I will blindly follow the document. You also will follow the document. Meaning blindly follow the document. Why I'm saying is just to verify these steps are proper or not one more time. Okay, first choose Ubuntu server 20.04 LTS and click on select. So I have justified. This is our new dashboard. It is open. Meaning it is asking me to go to new experience if I want. I don't want. I want an older experience only. Just click on type Ubuntu and then click on it. Now select this Ubuntu 20.04.LTS. Every machine that we're going to configure will be in the Ubuntu only, except the Sonar Cube and then JFrog. Except these two, every machine will be in the Ubuntu only. Why except those 2 machines? I will explain later in time. So what we have to do, our support matrix. As per our support matrix, memory 4 GB we have to take, and 2 CPU core is required for us. So let us take this one. So T2.medium, memory 4 GB. You can, for Jenkins, you can take a free machine and work on it. But what will happen, in order to deploy a Java application, which is having the around 500, 600 MB of size, 1 GB RAM will be gone for, meaning free machines are coming up with only 1 GB RAM. In that free machine, if we set up the Jenkins setup will take 200 to 300 MB. Your Java application deployment will take again 200 to 300 MB. 600 MB out of 1 GB RAM gone for there. So then what we will work? Sometimes it will give us the memory error. When you install any plugin, right, then your memory will be increased. So at one point of time, it will reach us 1 GB and then it start not working, right?
So if you stop the instance, then it will stop charging, right?
Yes, correct. When we use only, we will be charged. Otherwise, it will be stopped. Yes, by taking this course, you can completely migrate to DevOps, and DevOps special, the skill set of the DevOps guys is what, Kubernetes, Docker, Ansible, and Jenkins administration. These 4 are the, 4 weapons of the DevOps engineers in my sense, especially Kubernetes. Kubernetes is your powerful weapon. No, very less resources were there in the market on Kubernetes who have worked on. It's not like learning. Of course, maybe lots of learners were there, but working peoples are very low. Experience is different than the learning. What I'm saying is, in my DevOps course, you will experience not only the learners, you only becomes an experienced professionals. But follow me, just follow me. Okay, follow me and then do the work what I'm giving to you. Complete the setup along with me. Do the work along with me. Okay, 90 days to
Narsi, just want to know, you are going to give some classes on Kubernetes as well, right? You are saying this. This is what you are
DevOps.
saying.
Yes, for the DevOps, in the DevOps course, I'm giving the Kubernetes. For the guys who are joining for the CI/CD pipeline only, for them Kubernetes is not there. Only for them Jenkins, SonarQube, and then JFrog, Nexus, and Ansible and Docker. Only 6 tools.
And if you are covering Kubernetes, what would be the fee structure for that? Means the complete course.
Complete course fee structure is 12,000 actually. Complete AWS plus DevOps both.
Okay, Nasi, I would take few more your minutes. Means I just want to know that I'm working as a QA engineer in a company and want to switch into DevOps side. I have around 4 or 5+ years of experience, and yes, I have some idea about related to Jenkins, around the Jenkins, but not very proficient into it. So just want to know how to know, means how do I start to switch into the DevOps side. That's why I'm taking this course. Means I'm interested in your videos. Got
it. Yeah, exactly. So DevOps guys need to have one cloud platform experience or the knowledge, and DevOps guys needs to have a very good experience or the knowledge on, again, knowledge. What I'm saying is maybe the freshers or who have the who are showing some fake experiences, right? Knowledge meaning for them, but the entire course, whatever I'm telling you, is give you the experience, not knowledge, 100%. So Kubernetes, Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, if these 4 will be completed, and if we implement an end-to-end pipeline, there were lot of hurdles, lot of brainstorming challenges will come in this end-to-end implementation. But once we've done this end-to-end pipeline implementation and then host it on our production environment, then you will get an experience like anything. So that is the course standard that I'm training now. Okay, so in order to start, the first step is Jenkins. First step, very beginning step is the Jenkins. Of course, Git knowledge is required, and coming up, meaning I will cover the Git knowledge also. One part of the Git I covered, but 50% of the Git I covered. Again, 50% I have to cover. So first step is the Jenkins. Jenkins is the first step, because this is our day-to-day tool. Once you log into machine, you will work with Jenkins, being a DevOps engineer. Okay, so however, this is the starting point. So let me go and then now continue. All right, if any questions more, I will definitely give the time at the end of the session. Okay, let me concentrate on it.
So just go back the 2 step and restart the actually. I missed.
Which one?
Yeah, these steps, can you please go back on first step and start?
Yeah. Previous steps. Okay, so shall I come from the beginning? Okay, so when you log in, you will be on the dashboard. Let me click on this. When you log in, you will be definitely not here actually. Let me come back again. So I'm going to home now. Right. So when you log in, you will be on the dashboard. So you will be on the dashboard. So what we have to do, we have to type for the, so like this. And when you log in here, very initial time, the AWS will decide the region, but you guys have to choose whatever the region is very nearer to you. If you are from the India, then choose the Mumbai region. And of course, coming up days, Hyderabad is also coming as one of the region here. So who are belongs to South India, choose Hyderabad when it comes. Who belongs to North India, choose Mumbai. But for now, only Mumbai is the option for us in India. And similarly, whoever are in different states, choose accordingly your nearest zone. So I am choosing this in Virginia as the region. Sir, what are these regions? All these things I will explain in our AWS sessions, but I don't want to spend some time here or at this moment, but definitely this will be covered as part of your AWS core sessions. However, now click on here, when you landed on here, click on this EC2, meaning type for the EC2, and it will show the EC2 services, Elastic Compute Cloud Missions, Elastic Compute Cloud, that two C's are there, so it is calling as an EC2. Now let us go, and then now we will be come to this page. Yeah, we will become to this page. So instances, now no instances in your case, but for me, I have already the 4-5 instances. So what we do now, just click on the launch instance. By chance, if you are not here, just click on the instances. Okay, if you will be not here, something like you will be on this EC2 dashboard, something like this, then what you need to do is just to go to this instances. Click on instances and then go to launch instances. And in the launch instances wizard, type for the Ubuntu and enter Ubuntu 20.04 LTS lifetime support. Just take it. It is long-term support, not lifetime support. It is LTS meaning long-term support. So scroll down and choose the T2.medium. T2.medium. So T2.medium, 4 GB RAM, and then 2 CPU core. Accordingly, the storage will be allocated by the our AWS. Storage will be allocated accordingly. So click on next, configure details. Right now, we want 3 machines, right? So for example, what we will do is just to avoid the cost, let us take 1 machines, meaning 1 as the master, 1 as the worker. Let us take. Our architecture is depicting 1 master with the more than 1 worker, that is 3 workers and all. But to save the time, to save the money, just let me go with the 1 worker and then 1 master. Of course, let me take 2 workers as well, and I can show you the workers registration. Later in time, I will down this worker. Okay. So let us spin up the 3 machines, 1 master and then 2 workers. Okay. So don't worry about the Spot instances. Spot instances, I will explain later in time. And there's the VPC, subnets, everything you will learn coming up sessions. 100% you will learn in coming up sessions. That is in the AWS sessions. For now, don't do anything. Just click how many instances you want and then go for the adding the storage. So by default, it is giving the 8 GB storage it is giving, but it will be increased. Okay, based on the automatically it will be increased based on the coming request and all, because we are charging, because this mission is charging, right? So that's this mission is charging for us. Okay, so tags, let us not to choose any tags because 3 missions we were chosen. Don't know which what mission will be named for what at this moment. So go to next and then click on the security group. So create a new security group. From now onwards, I will use the security. Don't, again, remember carefully, don't lose your keys. Meaning in the next session, we will create the next step, we will create the keys. Okay, first of all, let us complete the security group. Security group meaning from where the machines will be accessible. Our machines are in the Virginia region, running in Virginia region. And these machines, virtual machines, can be accessed from where? Anywhere. From anywhere it can be accessed. But via the SSH communication only, it can be allowed to access the machines on the port 2020, sorry, on the port 22. So just let us click on give the name. What I'm giving is so our application going forward, we deploy our application. The retail applications will deploy, and then the healthcare application that we already have, let us deploy that. And 6 applications we have basically. So what we will do is let us give some name. So Shopify is our platform, meaning application that we're going to do. Or else let me take the Medilab DevOps, Medilab DevOps security group. So this is the name. Any name you can take, any name, but I'm just giving our project a specific name. So Medilab applications platform security group. Okay, any name you can take, no matter. Yes, we can use existing security group as well. That's fine. So review and launch. And this is very important step. He's asking us to review the machines that we are taking and all. That's okay. Click on launch. And here, create a new key pair or choose an existing key pair. In my case, I already have an existing key pair. That existing key pair is here. Let me go and then check one more time. Applications and DevOps with AWS. Probably I have it. EC2 key pairs and region Virginia. Linux practice mission keys in Virginia.pum file is already there. Linux practice mission key pair or Linux practice in Virginia keys already there. If you don't have the key pair, just create a new key pair and download it and then keep it somewhere. But I have this key pair with me. Linux practice.
Can we use same key for multiple instances?
Any yes, same key we can use for any number of instances. Okay, yeah. So choose an existing key pair, or else let me choose the create new key pair. However, we are coming. So now I will use vShopify, and this is what vShopify Jenkins missions. vShopify Jenkins missions certificate or Jenkins missions private key. Jenkins missions private key. vShopify Jenkins missions private key. So I'm downloading.
We have given Medilab that security group name.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Let us maintain the uniformity. Yeah, Medilab Jenkins missions private key. Thank you. Yeah, awesome. So let us create that key pair. Medilab Jenkins PIM file. Let us create and go here quickly to my downloads. Just extract it. Of course, I don't want to be stay here. The certificate. I don't want to stay the certificate there. And here I just have copied to another folder. Then I am close with my downloads. Okay, however, the region here, Medilab Jenkins missions private key PIM. Yes, right. So this is our PIM file. Of course, we can even rename it as like in Virginia. Done. Okay, done. Now let us go and then create the missions. So we have downloaded the key pair, very important. And let us ask it to launch the instances. Now the instances are going to be launched. Yes, in real time also same. There is no doubt at all. What we are doing is we are doing all the real time. So we instances, just click on it. And now the instances will coming up. So these are the instances. Let us name the instances for our sake. So this, let us take Medilab. So, okay, let us name it Medilab hyphen Jenkins. Oh, my bad. Okay, let us do one thing. Let us type the names somewhere and then copy and then paste here. Not bad. Medilab Jenkins Master, and then Medilab Jenkins Worker 1. Of course, let us give Worker 1, or let us see something like this. Master Jenkins Medilab, and then Worker Jenkins Medilab. Okay, Worker 1. Let us choose Worker 1 and then Worker 2. Why I'm giving? Because by looking into this name, we can easily understand what is worker, what is master. Why I'm giving Jenkins? Because future, when we set up the Kubernetes also have the master and worker architecture. That is the reason. So copy it and then cancel. Click on this, give the name, save, and take one more machine, which is worker 1, and name it. Just these are the plain machines. We are naming them like this is the worker, this is the worker 2, this is the master. Accordingly, we will install our machines there in our software there. Okay, for now, let us go with the connecting to the our master Jenkins middle app, our Jenkins master. Okay. Right. So what I'll do is, let me take it, scroll down, and then scroll down. Yes, copy this public IP address. Copy. Go here. Now go to mobile extern. You know, I believe how to connect to the mobile extern. If not, then I'll provide the documentation. Follow it. By this time, we definitely have know all these things. Okay. Now what we will do is,
So
let us.
can we do parallelly? This thing actually means you're going forward, but we're little bit. Okay, means if you give 1 or 2 minutes, then I can sync with you.
Yeah, if you all the guys are would like to do, that's okay for me, no problem.
Otherwise,
I'm
after
so,
that, we need to review the videos and then create. Then it will time wasting. So, we'll create parallelly.
but it might, yeah. So it might take little time actually. If you are following me, if we all together doing, it might take little time, but that's okay for me. If all the guys are okay to do like that, then that's okay. You can easily complete your exercise also in the same class. Correct, na?
Yeah.
Right. So let me copy the public IP address. Now I'm going to connecting to master Jenkins machine. Go there and then open new session and SSH session. Now give our public IP address. Specify username. Username is Ubuntu because we are taking the Ubuntu machines. And load the certificate. Our certificate we created now as trainings, personals, trainings, and DevOps with AWS, EC2 key pairs, region Virginia. This is what we have created, isn't it? Now go to bookmarks, change its name. Medilab Jenkins Master. This is the master mission. Click on OK. Now see, Medilab Jenkins Master is created. So it is now connecting. Perfect, it is connected. So what I will do is, just let me rename, because Medilab Jenkins Medilab Jenkins Master 8 p.m. Okay, just for my sake. In future, if any other batch start in the morning, then the machines will collide. So let me again connect to the 8 p.m. machine. Medilab Jenkins Master 8 p.m. Perfect. Now we are at the what is. So once we log in here, what we need to do? Who am I? Am Ubuntu user. And what is my print working directory? What is my current working directory? Just print it. Yes, I'm in /home/Ubuntu. Perfect. So now we have, see, step 1 we have completed. And then, so I'm just go slowly. This is what we have completed. And then the number of instances 3 we have taken. And storage, let it as is. And then tags, don't give any. And security group name, just give any of your choice. And then review, and then create a new key pair. Yes, create a new key pair as mentioned, download key pair, and click on the view instances finally, and then come to here. Your machines are now ready. Now go to mobile extern and then click on this copy public IP address, right, of your machine, and then click on this SSH, give the remote host, Ubuntu, and then your certificate. And then if you want, you can change the name of it. Bookmark settings, change the name, Jenkins Master. Everything is crystal clear, step-by-step approach given. Ubuntu. Now we have completed. Now Jenkins Master slave architecture setup. Now see, let us do this setup. Note, what are all the steps we follow to connect to master machine? So same steps you should have to follow to connect to the worker machine from the mobile external. Same steps. So while setting up the Jenkins master slave architecture, first in master and worker, both the machine, we have to install the Java, and only master machine we have to install the Jenkins. because we have seen Jenkins software will be installed on the master machine only, but Java should be on the all the machines. Okay, let us first set up our master machine, not the worker machines. What I will do is, for now, just to save the cost and all, let me stop these worker machines for a while. Why unnecessarily? Because the setting up the Jenkins will take little time, right? So till that time, of course, we're gonna install Jenkins on only the master machine. Why the worker machines are right now start and stop. Fine. So let us go here and then work with the master machine, just like installing the Java and installing the Jenkins and all. We will see now step by step approach. We will see. Fine. So we were connected now. Switch to root user first. Why we need to switch to root user? Yes, charges will be for entire 1 hour. Yes, entire 1 hour. This is good question. We were now used and then stopped, right? For 1 hour, meaning how many minutes we have used? Yes, yes. Even 1 minute also they will calculate the charge for that. They are very intelligent in calculations. Okay, right. So let us switch back to our sudo user. Why we need to switch back to our sudo user? See this sudo -i. By this time you already know what is the sudo, right? Sudo meaning the user. Ubuntu is the user who have all the admin rights on behalf of the root user. But every time we need to use sudo, we need to precede it with the sudo. So that is the reason. Let us go and then install all the softwares with the root user. So for all other users also it will be available. Otherwise, let us use the Ubuntu user only, but use the sudo. Both are okay actually, both are fine. So let us go back to root user and then first install the Java. Very easy. So go to root user sudo I and see how our Linux is using here. Now let us see the command Java space -version. Java space -version. Why Java is required? Because Ubuntu implemented, sorry, because the Jenkins is implemented in Java only. That is the reason in order to start the Jenkins, we need this Java. So what we want, let us choose this apt install default JRE. So this is what let us install, apt install default JRE. Now click on enter. Yes, continue. Right. Oh, failed. Yeah, this is very, the common mistakes that we use. When we create a new box, what we have to do? When we create any new box, what we have to do? We have to apt-install, right? We have to update it, right? apt-update it. Yes, apt-get update, apt get update. First, we need to update it. That is the primary thing that we need to do. apt-get update. First, let it get update. What is happening when we update it? It is connecting to ubuntu.com repository and downloading if any packages need to be updated with the current machine that we have taken. So this step, I believe I have missed in this screenshots. And of course, this handout, whatever I'm showing, right, that is prepared by one of my previous student in my last DevOps batch. Okay, so however, let's use that. So that's how he might miss that that one. So let me take it actually. So first, let us update it. So this is our step 1. So step 1, update the Ubuntu machine. Update the box very first time when we connected to the machine. Perfect. Okay, so this is the step 1. And step 2, let us install the Java now again. So go back, and we were now updated our packages. Now again type for Java space -version. Now let us take this apt installed default JRE. This time it will be installed without any issues. Yes, click on yes. Why? Now see, it is downloading from the ubuntu.com, isn't it? It is going to repository and downloading. What I'm saying is, when we are taking any machine, Ubuntu machine or CentOS machine, any VM, any VM when we take, for example, let's take this. This is the VM Ubuntu. Let us take. So what it will do, it will go to whatever the operating system we installed. So it will go to that operating system specific repository. So let's say this is the repository. So it will go to, when we say apt-get update, it will go to this repository. This is a cloud repository. For example, Ubuntu, we have na archive.ubuntu.com. So let's go here, see archive.ubuntu.com. So that is what the cloud repository, archive.ubuntu.com. So when we update our machine with the command called apt-get update, what it will do, it will update all the package managers from the cloud archive.ubuntu.com to this machine. All the packages, files and all. The packages, files and all. So those packages will be updated back to our machine. So it will be updated to our machine. Okay, so that is what the meaning of that command, and then why we need to update it. So now all the packages from here, it will come to here. So let me take and then here. So one of such packages is the Java installation package. So such Java installation.
Sorry to interrupt you. One question, we only allow to open the port 22 only, right? But how come it's connected to the remote repository with the port 80 and it's getting everything? The port is not yet open, but how it is gets connected?
No, this is remote repository. Where it is connecting is, let's go here, archive.ubuntu.com. So http://archive.ubuntu.com/ubuntu. It is going here. This is what outbound communication. That means what? Machine can communicate to other applications, but with the machine we can communicate with only 22 port.
So outbound right? Means we are going outside. Okay.
Okay. Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Now done. So Java is installed. Let's go and then check the Java version now. Perfect. Java version 11 is installed, which is the prerequisite in our Jenkins official documentation. So Jenkins official documentation, if we can see the Jenkins install. So the sorry, I should have to click on the install Jenkins, but okay. So install Jenkins, it is suggesting us to go with the JDK. So we are now going with the Linux for now. So the prerequisite is what? JDK 11. So somewhere we have seen, right? JDK 11 is the prerequisite. Here itself probably, yes, installation of the Java. Perfect. So open JDK, JR11, we need to install. So JDK 11 is the prerequisite. Of course, our Ubuntu box is by default coming up with the JDK. We need to install it. Not by default, but we need to update the package and then get it installed. So the step-by-step approach I have given here. Now what we got, Java version. See, Java version 11.0.14. When we create this document, it is 11.0.13. That's okay, right? Of course, it is the JDK 11. Now this step is very, very important. So what we need to do here. So cat open etc environment and then end of the line, and then end of the line we have to update our Java home in the environment file. So cat write this Java home right in our environment. Okay, so for example, if we can type here we installed Java, right? So which Java, right? User bin Java. Now actually the Java will be in the user lib. So if we can go to cd/user/lib and go to /jml and ls-l, you can see default Java 1.11. This is the Java 11 actually. So Java 11 open JDK AMD 64. Java 11 open JDK AMD 64. This is what we want. So this is where actually, which is in the present working directory /user/lib/jvm. So this JDK path we need to update in the environment. That means what? For example, cat/etc/environment. So the path of it is what? Of course, some symbolic links are there, but this environment file we need to update. Okay, now let me go back to sudo user, that is the root user, and the present working directory of /root, and then Java version is the 11th version. Now simply what we need to do is just update the etc environment file. Okay, we are setting the Java home. That is the meaning for setting up the Java home. Okay, let me copy it to some notepad and then paste here. No, it is not copied. Go here, just copy here, then go back and then paste here. What happened? It is not coming. Why? Let's go and then see.
Might be image.
It's not image, it's not text only. Copy and go here. Just let me keep here. Right click on it, paste. Perfect. Now we got it. So take it. You got it right? What we are doing?
Sir,
We
can
are
you
going
paste it in chat as well? You can.
Okay. Parallelly, who is doing?
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect. Now what we are doing, you know the meaning of it, right? Java by default installed in this user lib JVM, isn't it? User lib JVM. So we are setting that Java home into the environment file, right? So just enter. Now done. So maybe I'm at outside of this machine. Just enter. Done. Right? We were now set up the Java.
Otherwise, can you do a VA and add the Java home as well, right?
That also we can do. So let us do this one. Now, here we are getting now once after this is done, let us install the Jenkins. So far we are completed our Java setup. So clear, right? Till Java setup, because Java is the prerequisite for the Jenkins. So we were so far completed the Jenkins required Java setup. Now it is time to install the Jenkins. Now go to this diagram. Now Jenkins is where what we need to do? We need to first install the Jenkins onto our machine. So what we need to do first? We need to take the
that path is changed. How can we check that path got changed?
which path?
No,
Java path.
No,
we have not changed the Java path, installation path. We have not changed it. Rather, what we did is we have added this as a Java home in this etc environment file. So let us go and then see if required. CD space. I'm here. CD space. Just cancel it. /etc, and it have actually symbolic links. That is the reason we are not able to see it, but ls-l and lot of files we have where we need the environment file. Go to environment. Yeah, this is the environment, which is a file. Hyphen meaning file, right? So let us go and then open that. So cat, or else let us do a vi environment. Right, did you see this now? Java home is updated here.
Okay.
Got it, right? Yes. Now let us escape and question mark and quit it. That's it, right? We have not done any changes. So write and then quit we have not done. Just only quit we have done because we have not done anything. But environment file is updated with our Java home.
Like just one curiosity, like the path doesn't contain the Java, right? But when you type the Java, then automatically why it is displaying the version. But in Windows, if you don't set it in the path, right, by default it says that it's an unknown command, right? But here, how come it is working? It's not there in the path.
How come it is working is because it is already by default installing to this user directory, user lib JVM. This is the we already have covered, right? USR directories are the user directories which will have the access. All users have the access on this USR. Especially we are logged in as a root user. definitely root user will have the access on this user directory. That
Okay.
is the reason when the root user is typing Java space -jar, from here it is finding out. Got
Okay.
it? Huh?
Okay.
Fine. So now this is very important. Now we have completed our Java setup. Please carefully observe. Please carefully observe. Now what we need to do. Let us go to our Jenkins repository. So this is our Jenkins repository. Let us go to our Jenkins repository, jenkins.repo. So now in order to have our Jenkins.repo connectivity from our machine, isn't it? Control B. Right. Now what we have to do, this is the cloud repository, jenkins.repo. Here we have the Jenkins software, isn't it? So we have the Jenkins software here. So let me copy this Jenkins software, of course. So here we have the Jenkins. Now what we need to do, this Jenkins we need to bring to our machine. So in order to do that, first our machine needs to connect to this Jenkins repository, isn't it? Our machine needs to establish the connection to this Jenkins repository. Right. And then in order to have a connectivity with this Jenkins repository, and need to have the Jenkins repository key at our machine side, isn't it? Then only the repository will be easily accessible without any issues like SSL certificates issues. So repository specific key need to be at our machine side. So that is the next step we will do. So first we need to have our repository key. See this wget-o package.jenkins.io Debian stable Jenkins IO key, and then this key let us add in our machine first. Getting my point right, our machine need to connect to this Jenkins repository and then download the Jenkins software from the Jenkins repository. But from our machine, we need to connect to this repository. First, we have a key to connect to this repository. That key now we are installing in on our machine. So this is the command. So done. Okay, we got that key. Right. So once the key got it, then what we can do? Of course, sources dot. I will show you that key and all where it is. Now update the Debian package repository to update user. So whatever the key now we have downloaded, right? So what we will do is now sudo sh-c echo. This is just we are copying into apt source list.d/Jenkins. So there is a source list.d directory in our etc/apt. Now let us go there /etc/apt. And here ls-l, we have a directory called source list.d. So how we are telling it as a directory? Because prefixed with the d. So let us go to source list.d. Now ls space -l. Nothing is there. Now in this source list, let us add our external or third party related repositories list. So for that, let us copy this. So let us execute it, and then first let me go back as a sudo user. Let me execute it. Done. Now let us come back to this location, cd space /etc/apt and /sources list.d. Now ls-l. See, we have now Jenkins.list. It is a file. By looking into this hyphen, we can say it is a file. So just cat it. Jenkins.list. Now see what is there. Debian package. See, sudo sh copy the Debian package, right? Binary Debian, this Debian stable package binary to the sources list /Jenkins.list. Now Jenkins.list is one repository we are creating in our sources list, and then in that we are adding the repository of our Jenkins. That means here in the diagram what we did. Now Jenkins repo is there na? This Jenkins repo we are adding in our window in our Linux machine. So here we are now adding. So I can take it a little. Okay, otherwise let me delete it. And here we are adding the sources.list and then Jenkins repo we are adding here. So Jenkins repository we are adding here. Perfect.
While we are adding where we added Jenkins repository, like you show some path, right? So for some folder.
Correct. So that folder is this etc apt source list.d. Inside that we created Jenkins.list. In that Jenkins.list, we were copied this package. Now,
So-
as the package,
So that repository is stored in that specific file only, right?
correct. Yes, all the repositories will be coming to sources.list.d directory. This is a directory.
Okay.
In this directory, let us create a number of files.
In the source.list directory, so all the repositories are stored in that file directories only.
Correct. That is true. Yes. Fine. Now we were connected. We got the Jenkins key and then Jenkins repository. We know. Now let us once let us get update command, so that what will happen when we call get update command, then what will happen? Then it will go to Jenkins repository and then start copying the files from there and start connecting to it, isn't it? So once the repository is updated here, let us make our mission to go to repository and then get the updates. So once after this is done, let's say apt-get update. Now see, it is going to Ubuntu plus it is going to Jenkins. Did you observe? It is going to both the repositories. How many repositories we have? To that repositories it is going when we say apt-get update. How many repositories we have? To all those repositories it will go and then collect the latest update related packages and then keep install it on our machine. Similarly, it went to Jenkins repo. Whatever the Jenkins repository keys packages are available, it is dumping onto our machine. So that is what we can see. Binary packages, 21.8 KB packages it has fetched, and then release.jpg key it fetched, and then some other information which are required or which are there in this Jenkins repository, it fetched from there. Cool, right? So now everything is set up.
Sir, can you please paste those on the first and second command in chat?
Yeah, this is just apt-get update. Just
just key one and other one.
What key one? This is
Jenkins key.
Okay, this comments. Okay, let me.
He asking about that file path.
So probably let me give it. Okay, otherwise I will give the documentation, right? So you can just practice this documentation. However, yeah, let me give that here. Yes, this is that key. Yes, this is the first one, and then the next one is this one. Okay, right, perfect. Now let us go and then install. Everything is now set up. Now Jenkins repository is connectivity from our machine to Jenkins repository is established. Now our machine can easily go to Jenkins repository and then download the Jenkins software from here to our machine. So to here it will download. Now to download, meaning to install the Jenkins on our machine, what we can do now? We can now call this command apt-get install Jenkins -y. -y meaning yes, install the Jenkins. Yes, consonant we are giving. So simply let us go now apt-get install Jenkins -y. Y meaning consonant I am giving. Yes, download the Jenkins. Consonant I am giving. Okay, so now it is downloading the Jenkins. 40% of course it is completed. Now to download, where it is going to package.jenkins.io. see this, it is going here and then downloading the Jenkins 2.332.2 ever latest as and today, so that it is downloading. Okay, so let it download. So once it download, yeah, any questions?
Yeah, so basically the registry we are informing to the apt package saying that a new registry got added in your app. That's what we are informing apt-get update, right?
Correct, correct. So we are updating everything. When any new repository will be added, we need to update the repository packages onto our machine.
Okay, and after that, that's the reason you apt-get install Jenkins. That's why it's working. Otherwise, if you don't update it, the Jenkins command won't be work, right?
Exactly correct. That is true. Fine. So now Jenkins is installed. So let us scroll down. To verify the Jenkins status, we can use the below command. systemctl. This is the command actually I have to explain in our Linux, but okay, I will explain, not now. But first let us focus on this Jenkins setup. So systemctl Jenkins. What we installed? Jenkins. apt-get install Jenkins. Same name we have to give here. Perfect. Jenkins is now running fine. Jenkins is now started running fine. Now what we can do? Jenkins is running fine. Sir, what is the systemctl? I'll explain. I'll come to that command. This is the very frequent command we will use. So which is making any service as a background service, daemon service. For now, you understand if any service that we would like to make, for example, Jenkins is one service, Docker is another service. Coming up in the future, it will coming up. Any service, we would like to make it as a continuous running service, meaning our machines we will now shut down, meaning stop the machines. Tomorrow we will start it. At the time tomorrow we start it, again we have to see our Jenkins automatically get started as part of the machine bootstrap. To do that, we will use the systemctl. Systemctl is a command which will run auto start and then auto start our service and then run it in the background. That is the usage of the systemctl command. However, we also can use one more command like service space, service namespace, status. See, this also fine. Service space, service namespace, status. Both we can use. However, now Jenkins is running fine. So what we need to do now? Jenkins is by default running on the port 8080. So we need to enable the 8080 port. So go to our mission, go to our EC2 mission, go to our master mission, and let us go to security, and let us edit these inbound rules to allow the access to the machine or the application running inside the machine, right? So we are just allowing add rule, custom TCP, port number is 8080, and from anywhere, we can access the application in this machine, which is running on the port 8080. That is the meaning of it. Anywhere, from anywhere, we can access the application that is Jenkins running in this EC2 machine on the port 8080, right? So that's we are now setting. Save rules. Now the rules were saved. Now as the rules were saved, we can rename it actually. So we can say Jenkins port, right? So that Jenkins port we have given 8080, right? Now as the Jenkins port is we given opened, now go to again back to our EC2 machine, which is running here, right? And then click on it, copy its public IP address, and open any of your browser. Let me take new window, http:// go here, :8080. Done. Now our Jenkins is coming up. Our Jenkins is coming up. Very important it is. Carefully observe. Now our Jenkins is coming up. So we have to enter the administrator password. That administrator password is available in this location, in this file. Copy it, go for it, and cat this location. Perfect. This is what the password, administrator password by default is created by the Jenkins while the Jenkins is installing. Click on continue. Perfect. Now, this is very, very important step. Very important step. So just to choose install the suggested plugins. This will take little time. Just to choose install the suggested plugins. This will take little time. Okay, I'm just clicking on it. Now see, it is installing all the plugins. All the plugins installation should have to be success. If any plugin will fail, entire Jenkins installation is not work as expected. Make sure this whatever are showing here should be installed properly. And while you are doing this step, make sure your internet is very, very good. See, Git installed, LDAP installed, Ant installed, SSH installed, done very fast. Now let me create a username. Username is, let me create Medilab admin, and password also let me create Medilab -admin. Confirm password Medilab -admin. Full name Medilab administrator. Email address Medilab -admin @yopmail.com. Just a moment. Yopmail. Okay. So this is the dummy inbox, dummy mailbox we can use temporarily. So let me choose Medilab @yopmail. Just go here. Yes, inbox is open. Now you can send an email to this inbox. This is a dummy inbox. Fine. So let us give Yopmail, YOP mail, ymail.com. This is a test email server, dummy email server. You can email to this one. So copy it. Now you can send an email, it will come here in my inbox. So copy it and then let us give the proper. Fine, everything is good. Let us save. Remember, Medilab -admin and same password also I have given as Medilab -admin. So save and continue. Right. Perfect. Now this is showing, this is what your Jenkins configuration URL. Yes, that's okay for now. And then complete, start using the Jenkins. Awesome. Now we were completed our Jenkins setup, logged in as a Medilab administrator. Welcome to Medilab administrator to the Jenkins. Now let us log out. So when we log out, here it will come like this. What is the username? Medilab -admin. What is the password? Same, Medilab -admin. Just sign in. It will take us to the Medilab administrator dashboard. That's all for today. On Monday, let us create the jobs. So we will see many things. Yeah, please go ahead.
We connected with the public IP, but this is not permanent. It keeps on changing. So what happens when we come again to connect the next time?
Yeah, next time when we start the mission again, what we can do is simply we can give the public IP address. That's it. Because when we start the mission, automatically Jenkins will run as a background service here. So Jenkins will data and all, our passwords and all. Just accessibility will be changed. That means our IP address will be changed. So we can do that right away. What I will do is, let me stop this machine for a while. Okay, let me stop. I'm stopping the machine. And what I will do is, again, I will start it. Now we will get new public IP address. Okay, let us do one thing. Let us stop it and let us start it. So Jenkins will be run in the background, but access to that Jenkins server, of course, whatever the current IP address that we have. Fine, so it is stopping. Let us wait for a moment till it completes its stopping. Stopped. Now let us start again the master. Yes. I'm just starting.
But we don't need to stop our Jenkins in order to avoid costs.
Correct. So Jenkins, no, Jenkins we can stop. This box we can stop. But when again we will start this box, automatically our Jenkins what we installed as a service, right? That will come up. So our Jenkins, whatever we installed, will run as soon the mission will start actually. Now new IP address we got. Go back here and let me close it because this is not our mission. And now go here. Let me update the new IP address. So this is my new IP address. Now click on OK. Just double click on it. Now we will connect it to the with the new IP address. Now let it connect. Yes, it is connected. Sorry. Go back and sudo -i. We are now as root user. Just check service page Jenkins space status. Perfect. It is now running. Right? Now what we can do? Let us access the Jenkins from by using the new IP address. Copy it and go here, close everything, and then open one more incognito window. Just type for http:// and 808. That's it. It will gives us the Jenkins sign-in page. Now let me take medilab-admin. Medilab-admin. Perfect. Now we will be able to log into our Jenkins mission. That's all. Got it right?
Yes, but is it also common to have permanent fixed IP address in the written project for this?
Yes. Going forward, what we will do is actually we never rely on this IP address. Going forward, we will have the load balancers and then DNS. We will purchase one DNS. Using that DNS only, we will access all our machines, all our applications. Okay, so once we are started, then there is a concept called Route 53. In that Route 53, we will purchase one certificate from GoDaddy. That certificate we will use. That will generate the DNS for us. So that DNS we will use. For example, medilab.com/Jenkins. Like that we will use.
So we are actually providing a host name to it, right?
Correct. Lat runtime, but not now. Lat runtime, we will create one certificate. In that certificate, yes. For example, medilab.com is the platform I will take. And then what we will take then Jenkins.medilab.com is the DNS we will use to access the Jenkins. In the host file, let us update it. Once the domain is available, for example, google.com is one domain, right? Similarly, we will purchase medilab.com as one domain. So once the domain is available to us, we can create a number of subdomains out of it and then use those subdomains. Jenkins, for Jenkins one subdomain, like that we can create and then use it. But these are all the things we will see in our AWS sessions going forward. Make sense?
Please, can you show where you got the password again?
Where we will get the password, right?
No, where we got the password on the command line.
Correct. So let me go and then showcase. This is the file.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. Why don't we do make entry of this IP into our etc host file and then we host the application with the host name?
That we can
means that I can understand that we need to purchase DNS from the yes. Okay.
Correct. We can do. The problem is what when we stop the mission and then start the mission, we will get every time new IP address.
Yes, that's fine.
That's the problem. Okay. Yes.
I guess we can use the Elastic IP.
That is chargeable. It is not.
No, it is. If we leave the Elastic IP, it is chargeable. If we use the Elastic IP, it is not chargeable.
That's what actually because we don't want to take the risk at this moment at least. So by chance, maybe if it will be charged, so it will be tough for you. But that's okay for me. But you guys unnecessarily charged actually. I mean, let us go with it. Just IP address doesn't matter for us, right? So we want the administration dashboard and then the data should not be lost. That is our primary concern. So luckily data is not losing because whatever the data we are giving like password updates and all, it is updating in the Jenkins file system. I'll explain going forward. Yeah. So, but answer for the question. Default password is.
One more thing is in my company, we are not using the root user. So if you want to use the another user, so what else I need to do beside these steps?
That's what I in the Linux sessions I told. Create one user, make that user as a pseudo user, then start using that user. Going forward, we'll do that only. So once this is done, right, installation workers and all done, then for the administration purpose, let us create one user called Jenkins admin, and we will use the Jenkins admin only. But we have to make that user as a pseudo user for sure. That is the criteria. Got it? Huh?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that's all for today, folks. I will share this handout right away. Of course, while you are on this call, why don't I share so that you can practice? Okay, please come to the classroom on Monday, 8 p.m. by setting up this Jenkins admin, Jenkins master. Then on that day, we will set up the workers and then write a simple pipeline and deploy our static website first. Okay, so let me.
Sir, actually, sir, today class we just installed the Jenkins to the master.
Correct, exactly.
Master, and just we enable the 8080 port, and with the help of URL through URL plus port, we accessing the Jenkins, right, sir?
Correct, absolutely correct. Perfect.
And the password which you're entering now, so the password there should be in server password, right?
No. That's what actually. I think these steps you guys were missed. So
yeah,
when we access the Jenkins for the very beginning time, so this is the screenshot. Yes. So once this is done, right? This is the beginning screen. Correct. Very beginning screen. Now we have to cat it. We will get one password, and we have to cat it. Where we have to cat it? Come to our machine, cat it, copy the password, enter in this administrator password, click on continue. Once we click on continue,
how to enter in master machine, right?
Correct, master machine, absolutely. Because remember, Jenkins we will install only on master machine, not on workers. Okay, that is the noted point. Fine. Once we enter the administrator password, it will ask us to install the suggested plugins. Once we install the suggested plugins and all, this will be executed. And here make sure your internet is very good. Otherwise, if any package will break, it will give us a side effects later on time. Make sure everything will be installed successfully. Now scroll down. Once after this is done, then it is ask us to create the user. You create the user, choose the password, confirm password, full name, email address, and then save and continue. So what now you are giving the username and then password, right? This username and password going forward we will use once after we completed the setup. Got it?
Got it. Yes. Sir, can you add me in my email ID in your the Google Drive group, sir? Because I didn't receive any like past videos. So
okay, so videos are different. Mahesh, you are in Telegram, right? Were you in Telegram?
Not yet, sir. I didn't have a Telegram.
Did you join recently?
No, I didn't join Telegram app, sir.
No. Did you join to course recently?
Yeah, like the first session only I joined, sir. When you start CI/CD pipeline.
Okay, got it. That's where you are not here. Okay, I'll do one thing, Mahesh. I'll send an email to you with all the details.
Yeah, sure.
Narsi, please send me too as well.
Yeah. Can you please ping your email just in case?
Yeah.
Just ping to me.
Okay, sure.
Okay, now already made folks. So you just go through the material. It's already there. The Jenkins master slave architecture is there, and the architecture is also there. Okay, so more documents I will upload while the sessions are going. Okay, so today, and if anything else for me, if not, then I will take off. Happy Sunday on Monday at the same time, that is 8 p.m. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's see. And I have one question.
Yes.
Like there is a port when I'm installing it, 10.2 for 10.248. When I try to launch this one, I am getting cannot call the TCP localhost colon 10.248. I am getting that error. Like for that, do I need to do any enable or disable ports?
Yeah, got it. So first what we need to do is that 10.10 is the private IP addresses mostly.
Okay.
First we need to take the public IP address, verify whether it is the public IP address or not. First thing, step 1. Okay, it is public IP address. Then go to security.
Okay.
So in the security, inbound rules. So make sure whatever the application we are accessing, open the port in that inbound rules or not. Make sure from anywhere we can enable, anywhere we have to give an access. Got it? So like this inbound security group rules we have to see. Make sure first of all it is public IP address you are using. And next thing is what in security groups, just add the inbound rule. Inbound meaning we are coming to the machine, right? We are accessing to the machine. It is inbound, incoming to the machine. So in this edit inbound rule, we have to add our port numbers in which we would like to access.
It should be public IP address only. It should not be a private IP address, right?
Exactly correct. Exactly.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm stopping my screen share and then see you on Monday. Happy Sunday. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. And demos were completed by today. Again, let us go back to our older link from Monday onwards. Thank you.